Okay. We're going to see if this is any better. It's one of those things. I'm trying to go live, and of course we have a weather event here. Well, most of the country has a weather event today, right? Let's see if we have anybody come on. Oh, Gail says it's better. So what happens is I have a pretty serious lag on this side for my audio. So I have turned my computer speakers off so that my voice isn't coming back out at me. And we'll see that that helps. So let me see if I can see it on my phone. That always makes me like a bit nervous, you know. And we'll see. Oh, that is bad. Better, better, much better. Okay. Okay. Okay, give me 2 seconds. All right. So for everybody that's new here, or everybody that's just jumping on, I used to do these lives all the time. Matter of fact, the lives are easier for me because I don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about. Hold on, let me see, make sure this echo is off and my volume's up. Okay. I used to do lives all the time because then I don't have to worry about upload stuff. It automatically uploads after we're done, and it's all good. I think that on my end now, I'm not hearing me twice, Gail, so I'm not sure. Could be storm issue at your end, maybe? But here we go. I'm on. Let me shut that off. This is my end of year WIP update and WIP parade. If you could see what's going on around me right now, it is a mess. Today is Friday, December 23rd. It is about 1:19, so I'm only 19 minutes late. I have, well, now a half a cup of coffee after trying to figure all that out. And that's what we're going to do. I think the first thing I'm going to do is try to update you on the WIPs I've been working on this week. And then I'm going to go into a WIP parade. I have a little bit of haul. I am not going to be showing my knitting WIPs. I'm only going to be showing one. Because I have several, and I really was busy this morning cleaning and getting ready for Christmas and all the things, and just didn't want to find them and get them, you know, whatever. Didn't want to get, you know, didn't want to dig them out. Didn't want to dig out. I'm in that whole deep cleaning mode where, and I actually kind of like it because I'm setting up the living room for guests. We host Christmas at our house, so I'm setting it up for guests. We have a ruggable carpet. I've washed the carpet. I put quilts on our furniture because we have a 100-pound yellow lab that's happened to laying on the floor next to me that likes to shed everywhere. So I put quilts on all the furniture, so I have vacuumed all the furniture. I am washing all the quilts and the blankets. And all the cushions are turned up so that he doesn't go lay on them before I get the quilts back down. And that's as clean as it's going to get before Christmas, because tomorrow, Christmas Eve, is mine and my husband's anniversary. We have been married 27 years tomorrow. And all I can say about that is I think I got the best guy. We have had a very happy life together, continue to have a happy life together, and the best is yet to come, as they say. We are one of those gushy, happily married people. I love him to death. He drives me crazy sometimes. I drive him crazy sometimes. And that is just how we roll. So after today, all the cleaning stops, all the gift wrapping stops, um, all the chores stop. And then the rest of the weekend is ours for our anniversary and to spend with our family. And I absolutely love this time that he and I take in the hubbub to just be with each other. And I've been off. I've been on vacation. Let's see, today's my third day off. He is on vacation starting, he was on vacation starting yesterday. He works very little this coming week. We will have some time together. So I thought today, well, we're still trying to wrap up some chores. Today would be a great day to do this. So I think I'm going to start by showing you the things that, hey, Candace, how are you? You missed all the hubbub. There was a little trouble getting this whole thing started. I haven't been live in so long. But we're going to start. I'm going to show you the WIPs I've been working on this week, and then we'll go into a WIP parade. I'm going to apologize ahead of time if you are wearing earbuds. I did not think to unzip everything. I do have lots of things unzipped, and I know that bothers some of you with earbuds. Sorry. And I'm going to try to go pretty efficiently. Here, as everybody else is in a weather event, it's very windy right now, and we just recently switched over from regular internet. The weather is bad, Candace. I'm sorry you're at work. We switched over to fiber internet, and I don't think we'll lose internet. However, we could. So I'm going to try to be as efficient as I can, and then we'll talk about, we'll go through the WIPs I've currently worked on. We're going to do a WIP parade, and then we'll finally talk about what I decided to do in 2023. Yeah, because we all know, like, my plans are my plans, right? And I'm all over the place. The first one I'm going to show you, and if I have the threads, oops, sorry. I dropped a thread. Can't have that happen. The first one I'm going to show you, if I have the threads, I'm going to show you. If I have a picture, I'm going to show you. If I remember the fabric, I'm going to tell you that. But know that if it's DMC, I have a master set of DMC that's on my stitching cart, and that's where I stitch from. So chances are, unless it was kitted a while ago, the DMC is on the cart. The first one I'm going to show you, let's see if I can figure out the camera here, because there's such a delay in the video that I'm seeing and what I'm showing you now. So this is the reindeer. This is Cottage Garden Samplings. This is hashtag Wood Sunday Sale. Hello, Netherlands. I think that's the first time I've ever had anybody watching me from the Netherlands. So hello. This I'm stitching with Gail from Gail's Golden Needle. We decided to jump to the reindeer because it's the last winter animal, and if we stitch this and finish it, we can have all 3 winters together. So this is on 36 count. It's a Mystery by Bee Stitch Me. It's with the called for floss. I've got both the fancy floss and the called for DMC. And I'm going to hold this up, and hopefully you guys will be seeing this on the screen. I wish that it wasn't so delayed on my end so I could actually see what you're seeing, so please forgive me. And this is as far as I've gotten right now. This is in a bag that was made for me by Tiffany from Black Cat X Stitchery. I sent her the fabric. She made me this bag. And that will come back out. I don't know if it'll come out this Sunday because of Christmas. Yeah. I don't know. More to come on that when we start talking about plans. This one I'm taking the chart off the... This one I was... Oh gosh, my Stitchy group. You have to love them. They had a text going yesterday and they were talking about the mirrors. And I have 2 mirrors in my WIP. I have another mirabilia that I have the pattern for. It's called Tree of Hope. My idea is to get my 2 Mirror Queens out of my WIP pile before I start any more. But anyway, they inspired me. So I picked up Royal Holiday. Seems appropriate for the season. I am not stitching her on this brown fabric that's on the picture. I am stitching her on 28 count Fabrics by Stephanie, and I believe it's the colorway Abyss. But I don't know that for sure. I'll put something behind her. Actually, what I'm going to do is take her bottom Q-snap off. I've been working on her. I worked on her last night and then again this morning. But I want you to see her full, what I've got. And so this, I'm going to wait and see what comes up on the screen here. This is Royal Holiday. And let's see if I can get her in frame so that you can see her. That's where I've been working here on her head. I've got, whoop, sorry, it's so delayed that I'm having trouble making sure that she's in frame. So just bear with me, everybody. But I've been working on her head. I have a few crosses to go, and then I can bead the rest of her head. And I don't know if you can see this, but I gave her her earring. But I'm going to back her up so you can see the rest of her. There you go. So I had started down here in her dress, and then I worked my way up because I wanted to give her a face. And that is Royal Holiday. Let's see if I can just set her aside. The next one, sorry, everything's going to clunk around now here. The next one I'm going to show you is a full coverage. I have been on a full coverage as of late. If you've watched my floss tube, you kind of know that. The next full coverage that was in line to get 1,000 stitches, and that's the way I've been working my full coverage, is plugging them in, giving them 1,000 stitches and moving on unless I felt like doing differently. So the first one I'm going to show you, let's see if I can get this to turn, maybe not. Oh yeah. Hold on. Technical difficulties all the way around. This is called Bonded by the Rain. It is artwork by Leonid Afremov. It is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I am stitching this on 25 count, 2/1/10. And I'm stitching this piece because it reminds me of my husband. So I'm thinking that's why I really wanted to get it out this week. I have, so let's see, we're going to need something behind here. Hold on. Hold please. I hate that the video is so delayed. This is where I'm at. I'm hoping you're going to be able to see it. Let's wait for the video to catch up. So as you can see, I worked my way all the way over to the other corner. And I have had a bunch of threads parked. Yeah, because I had started to do Royal Rose on this project and it was working out very well. And I'm working those park threads in. So you see many less park threads than I had before. So I am making progress on that. Oh, let's see, I've got a... Hold on, I'm responding to somebody. Okay, so that was Bonded in the Rain. So that was my full coverage kit. The other one that I worked on this week was my Dimensions Gold Collection Kit, Enchanted Ornaments. So I'm definitely in the spirit of stitching winter right now. Man, that wind's howling out there. So this is Dimensions Gold, Enchanted Ornaments. I had started this on the Kit Ada with the kit floss, and I am still stitching it with the kit floss. However, I switched it out for a linen. And I switched it out for a 36 count linen, and I believe I have a tag in here somewhere. It is a Grace Notes Fabrics linen, and I believe it's Mojitos. Yep, Mojito Smoothie. I was right. So this was my fabric of the month from Grace Notes Fabrics. I don't remember what month I got it in. I don't remember that stuff. So I restarted this piece on this linen, and I'm liking it much better. I'm having to change the amount of threads that I use. Hi Tiff, nice to see you back. And I don't know how much you guys are going to be able to see on this, so I'm going to wait for it to come up in screen. And I'm going to look. But I really like, yeah, see, so I started some of the gold here. Let me see if I can get on the right side. And you can see some of the stitching up in here. Right up in here. Let's see if I can. Yeah. The screen is so delayed, so sorry guys. I just want to make sure to get it so you can see it. So I started some of that stitching there. And I like it much better on the linen. So I'm glad that I made the switch. And after I'm done doing this floss tube, I will have quite the mess to clean up here. Yeah, I agree, Gail. I like it on that fabric much better. I do not like the crunchy Ada. I just don't. I just don't. Okay, so that was the only whip that I whips that I worked on this week, except for my knitting whip. I showed you last week the one sock that I got finished. The sock. And I've gotten this far on my other sock. I agree, Candace. It's going to be a mess in here. I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon cleaning up. But here's my other sock. I've gotten down, I've done the heel turn, and I'm working on the straight knitting right through to the toe. And so that ends the whips that I've worked on this week. Okay, so let's start with full coverage, shall we? So it goes without saying that I'm going to start by saying this. I'm not going to count my whips anymore. I'm just not. I'm just not. I can't. And then we'll talk about that when I talk about 2023. I can't. Hi, Lori. I can't count my whips. It's my craft. It's my love. I don't care. But I'm going to show you. Let's start with my full coverage. This is the next full coverage that's in line for 1,000 stitches. So I don't know when I'll start with 1,000 stitches on here, but this is next one in line. This is my oldest whip. If you've been around here long enough, you know. This is Lost No More. It's a Gold Dimensions kit. It's one I started back in the 90s with the kit fabric and the kit floss. And then I went out and raised some kits, and it didn't come back out to become a whip until probably 1.5 years, almost 2 years ago now. It is an old-fashioned paper pattern that's hard to read, and that's why it doesn't get as much work as it should. And I burned out on it, quite frankly. It was my 25/7 piece for months and months and months and months. And then I burned out on it, I think. So I just decided now to put it in my whip rotation, my full coverage whip rotation for 1,000 stitches. And so here he is in all his glory. I love him. Let's see if I can back up and make sure you see all of them. It's coming out great. There's several mistakes that I'm stitching around. It's fine. It'll all work out fine. But he is next to come out, so he will now come out and go into my full coverage spot until it gets 1,000 stitches. And because it's a paper pattern, I'm going to start the 10 by 10 blocks. I just keep looking around thinking how much of a mess this is going to be. Let me get my tablet turned off before. The next full coverage I'm going to show you is my World of Disney. I cannot tell you where I got this because I'm pretty sure they're defunct. If you look on Etsy for World of Disney, there are other Etsy sellers that have this pattern. Some have a green border around, some not. But this is big. This one is 850 wide by 600 high. This is the one that I almost stopped working on because I thought, am I ever going to finish this in my lifetime? I'm stitching this on 28 count mushroom Lugana. And the reason I still stitch on it, sorry, I have threads just because when I hit 1,000 or a little over, I just kind of, anyway, I got Mickey's face. And so now I am working on him again. He's in my WIP rotation. Yeah, he's fine. I probably will never get this done in my lifetime, but it's still fun to work on, right? So that's World of Disney. The second full coverage I'm going to show you, you've seen this recently as well. The next two you've seen recently, so I'm not going to pull up pictures. If you want pictures, you can Google them. They come right up. This is Stitching Shelf, artworks by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm stitching this on 28 count, 2/110. The Disney is also 2/110 on 28 count. That seems to be my thing. I like how it works out. See if I can figure out how to show this closer to the camera so you can see. But you've seen this recently in one of my floss tubes. So if you need to go back and see it differently, definitely go back because it's in my last floss tube or so. This is another Amy Stewart. This is Grand Library. This was started 6 months early. This was supposed to be my New Year, New Start. It is stitched on 28 count Lugana. It is 2/110. I want to make sure that I'm seeing all the comments. I am. Okay. And this is Grand Library. Again, you can Google this and get a picture, but if you really want a picture, you can go ahead and go to Heaven and Earth's website. I'm still looking in the video to make sure that I'm holding this in frame, just because it's such a lag. But that's where I'm at. And those are my full coverage pieces at the moment. Now, that being said, I've been itching to start another full coverage. And yeah, I already showed a bunch of patterns that I have for full coverage pieces. Yeah. I don't know what to do with that. I guess I'm just going to do what I feel like doing. It is what it is. My next WIP is one you've also seen recently on a floss tube. This is one I'm doing with some floss tube friends of mine. It is called Floss Tube Friends. It's by October House Fiber Arts. And this is the pattern. Candace, I know you commented on one of my videos, and there is one that there's two actually that I really want to start in the worst way. One of them, I have to be honest, if I started, I'm going to buy a mini because I have a regular size and I'd rather do a mini. I think I've got too many big ones going as it is. But here again is Floss Tube Friends. I'm stitching this on 40 count Beach Brew by R&R with the called for floss. And actually I just started the border, so let's get this up. Exactly, Candace, that's kind of where I'm at. And I have enough regular size right now. I really don't want to add any more regular size to the mix. But I started the border with the called for DMC, 40 count Beach Brew. Now I watched Hannah Dowling. I'm doing this with Hannah Dowling as one. Colleen and Corinne from Grace Notes. There's a couple more floss tubers. I know that Corinne was the first person spun, and I'm waiting to hear which character she wants to be on this pattern and what color she would like her dress. And that's what we're doing. But if you want to know more information about that, you can head over to see Hannah Dowling. She'll be able to show more. I think the piles around me are starting to stress me out. But as long as it's organized on the shelves behind it, I don't care. Next WIP is my Buttons and Beads Mill Hill kit. It is Tree of Life. Stitching this with the kit, perforated paper, with the kit floss. Honestly, this thing should be done by now. Why it's not, I don't even know. But here you go. This is where I am. And I'm just waiting to see it come up on the screen so I know that you're seeing the whole thing. I tend to be holding them a little low, so let's hold it a little higher. There you go. That's where I'm at. Plus, I'm trying to hold them up long enough so if you need time to look up, you can. This next one you have not seen before, so let me get a picture. I started a long dog for I have a daughter getting married in August of next year. This next one you have not seen before. Hello, Renee. How are you? Let's see if I can find it real quick. There it is. So my daughter's getting married in August. And I wanted to do Long Dog Samplers came out with Happily Ever After. And so I wanted to do this for her and her future husband, Jack, her fiance. Let's see if I can get this so you guys can see it. I'm stitching this on 28 count Dove Gray Lugana with Mrs. Seda Silk in the colorway of Peacock. And I can show this because she knows about this. My son-in-law does not know about this, my future son-in-law. However, he does not wash my floss tube. So there you go. It's not going to be very big, 1/1. So this is how big it's going to be. Let's see if I can get these strings. I really need to serge this piece of fabric. But I'll fold it up to show it to you. And this is where I am. Now this has a bit of a time frame to it. She gets married in August. This is where I'm at, and it needs to get some consistent work. So now that I'm showing it here, it should be getting consistent work. I'll show this to you at the end, but I have a planning board up here to my right. It has magnets up there of every WIP that I have. And I have areas on the board that designate certain focuses. And I'll get to that more when I'm working on plans. Sorry, that probably was bad for your earbuds. Next one I'm going to show you is Kringles. This is by Little House Needleworks. This has been a WIP in my WIP arsenal for way too long, and I'm still holding things way low for you. Like the pattern, it's stitched on the called for Parisian Gray 30 count 2/2. And this is where I'm at. This has not been calling to me lately, so I'm not sure why, but it just hasn't been. But this is where I'm at for right now. Oh, our lace just flickered. So if we lose power, remember I did a whole warning at the beginning. If we lose power, I'll just record the rest and put it up when we gain power. So that's that. Thanks, Tiff. So this one, I've not been good about showing the bags. This is another one from Tiffany, though. Black Cat X Stitchery. For those of you that may not know her, I mention her quite a bit. There you go. There's her details. Hopefully you can see this card. There you go. This is Dasher and Dancer. This is by Hobby House Press. So for those of you that don't know, Hobby House Needleworks is my LMS. It is probably about 30 minutes from here. I try not to go down there so often, but I love to go when I can. But this was done by her. I am stitching this. I believe this is Stitch Me 36 count. I think I have this fabric. Yes, Cardinal. So when I was in her Fabric of the Month Club, this was what I got 36 count. And I'm stitching this in my Stash Dye floss. So if you're interested in the floss, you just let me know. And I can tell you exactly what I'm using. But I'm kind of all over the place on this. So this is Cardinal. Me too, Candace. It's a nice stitch too. Let's see if I can get this all in frame because it's quite wide. Let me see if I can. And this is where I am. It's a nice stitch. Looks great. Love it. So this WIP, this is in a bag I got StitchCon in my Smalls Exchange. I know, Canvas. That's the cool thing about WIP parades, right? They're enabling. So I was watching a Mira WIP parade today. Thanks, Tiffany, for getting me down that rabbit hole. And I added 2 more charts to my cross stitch wish list. So thank you so much, friend. Oh, where's the cover? Oh, so this is I'm stitching with my Stitchy group. This is Cinnamon Stars. Plum Street Samplers. Sorry, totally blanking. I'm stitching this with my Stitchy group that meets on Wednesday nights. Oh, Fiber Arts Amy. She's got a 4-part Mirabilia parade. And I'm telling you, I just started the first part today. When I first started back into cross stitching, I never thought I was a mirror girl, and I'm telling you, I think I'm a mirror girl. But anyway, so this is, let's go back. This is Cinnamon Stars. I'm stitching this with my stitching group. We're hoping to finish this on StitchCon. It's on my focus lace on my board because it has to be finished. I am stitching this on, oh Lord, I don't even know. I'm doing Stash Dye floss on this, and I don't even know. I think it's Stitch Me, and I think it's Scroll. Is that right? Oh my goodness, this one's a mess. I'm stitching 2/2, 36 count. Let's see if I can get this. This is a mess, sorry. This needed to be ironed. I do too, Candace. I've been watching the videos as I'm cleaning the house and getting ready for guests this weekend. So I worked on the house, got a pumpkin in, and I may change up the flosses a little bit because I got a gift from Tiff for the 12 Days of Christmas that we did with our stitching group, and one of those flosses would look really good in here is the pumpkins. So this is where I am on that. I'm not going to zip these up. Oh, here's another bag from Tiffany. Can you tell where most of my bags come from? This is Bothy Threads. This is called Mother Duck. And I'm stitching this on the kit fabric with the kit floss. There's a story behind this. So I believe this was at the Steel City Stitchers Retreat. And so I have 4 kids, and I'm referred to as Mother Duck. And I saw this and I thought, that would be, I think you should start it anyway, Candace, and just stitch it with us on Wednesday nights. Anyway, I'm Mother Duck. I have 4 kids. it just makes sense. I'm stitching this on the kit fabric with the kit floss. Hold on, I got pieces and parts of cinnamon stars out here. And I really haven't done much. I felt like starting it one day, so I started it. It's a little bit confetti heavy. Coming from a full coverage gal, I'm not even sure what that means. But I did start and got a little bit of the little duck done. So I am parking on this. Let me see if I can see where I'm showing you. I am parking on this. See if I can get it closer. And it's cute. There's not much done on it yet though. And it's Ada. It's pretty stiff, but it has that speckling to it, so I wanted to keep it. So I'm working with it. That. I think you should start it anyway, Candace. I keep reading your comment. I'm thinking you should still start that. This is Long Darn Samplers. It is pandemic. It was put up for free during the pandemic. I think this is available on her website now. I'm stitching this on 40 count Heritage. I think it's Heritage by Picture This Plus. This is another one I love to stitch on, and I love the fabric. I'm using a black silk. I believe that's also a silk from Mrs. Ada's. This is another one I love to stitch on, and I love the fabric. I'm using a black silk. Let's see if I can get it fully on screen for you. There you go. Oh, would love to stitch on that more. I actually stitched this one in hand. So for those of you that haven't been around, or those of you that have, just a reminder, there are some times when I stitch in hand. There's sometimes when I stitch in a Q-snap. I have found that stitching frames that are on the floor do not generally work for me for a few reasons. Mainly because our furniture. But sometimes it's just, I just don't like them. I feel like I'm working around them. I'd rather have it in my lap. So I still use a Q-snap and I kind of hold it and hug it. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it works. Oh, my mushroom, this one. Oh, I don't even know how I'm going to show this to you. So here we go. This is by far, I think, the largest area that I have stitched on all of my projects. This is one of my largest projects. This is my chatelaine. This is my mushroom and fern chatelaine. This is going to be worked on consistently in 2023. I would like to target a finish on this. So there you go. Some 2023 plans. This is what it'll look like. It's really just a mock-up. Really, these pictures on the chatelaines do not do them any justice. I have another chatelaine that's in my fully kitted stash that's ready to go. I love stitching on them. I'm going to try not to roll over any of my WIPs. And I'm going to struggle to show this to you. So I'm covering my face. I'm putting something behind some of the stitching, and we'll see if I can see through some of this fabric. So there's the center. And I'm going to back up and pull back, and hopefully I can get this whole thing. I don't know if I'll be able to get the whole thing in frame or not. There you go. I absolutely cannot even describe to you how much I love working on my chatelaine. It needs to come out more. Every time I stitch on it, it makes me happy. Of course, every time I stitch on most things, it makes me happy. But there's something about the chatelaine. There's different fibers in there. There's cotton, there's silk, there's beads, there's metallics. There's, I can't even describe it to you. It's absolutely a pleasure to stitch on. It takes a little figuring out sometimes, and that's okay. And like most of my pieces, it has mistakes in it. That's okay. I like the journey. That's my thing. I've decided that. I'm a process stitcher. I like the journey, but I would like that finished. I would love to frame it and get it up on a wall, either in my bedroom or in our main living area, or maybe in here in my office so that I can see it all the time, but I absolutely love it. Alright, next. Teresa Kogut, Land That I Love. I'm stitching this. I believe it's 40 count. I believe it's also beach brew with the called for floss. I haven't had this one out in a while. I really should bring it out more. I'm going to say that about every one of them, because I've pared down my WIPs to just the ones that I absolutely love. So let's see if I can get this. Land That I Love. This is Where I Am. I can't really see the strawberries down there, can you? Let's see if that helps. And This Is Where I Am. Would really, too much stitching, not enough time. That's where I'm going to go with that, huh? Alright, next. Is everybody bored yet? It's going to be a long video. This is Southern Land by Owl Forest Embroidery. I'm stitching this with the called for floss on a white 36 count Edinburgh linen. I don't know the name of the manufacturer of the linen. I'm sure I probably should know that. And here it is. This is where I'm at. My husband's walking down the hallway, so when you see this, I was targeting for a finish on this year. Stitched and stitched and stitched on it, and then got bored and put it away. Tiffany. Thanks, Tiff. I feel like people must get tired of hearing me talk. I'm going to have quite the mess here to clean up. Alright, this is Plum Street Sampler. It is Liberty's Welcome. I am stitching this with the called for DMC. I am stitching this on, let's see if I can find the fabric. I try to keep the fabric tag in the bag with the projects. Oh, yep, Forbidden Fiber Co. It is 36 count Edinburgh linen in the colorway Granite. I believe it came in a kit that I bought from her that I just decided not to do. And This Is Where I Am. Oh, hold on. Sorry, that was my phone going off. Keep holding these too low, I'm sorry. But there you go. Love it. Love all of them. Love all things. That was my mom, so let me just check in there. Alright. This is the Pandemic Sampler. This was put out by Sarcy Girl during the pandemic for free. I believe it's still for free on her website. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but I think this is still free. I am stitching this on, I believe it's an extrude design fabric, and 36 count it is. I think it's, I'm gonna blank on the colorway. If you really want to know, you can contact me and I'll look at my spreadsheet. But this is where I'm at. This is an extruded design fabric. I love this fabric. Yeah. And this is where I am. here we go. Oh, my granddaughter's piece is in here. Let's show Zoe's piece. My granddaughter's name is Zoe. It's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches. She wants to learn how to cross stitch, but I have to tell you, her attention span is fairly short. She's 10. I don't think that's totally... So I bought her a pattern, easy peasy, from the Frosted Pumpkin. She's got it on Ada. She had wanted to stitch it on black. I warned her that... I even hold it high enough for you all to see. I'm looking at the playback of the video now. She found the black too hard, so we put her on a cream Ada, a little softer Ada, and I put her in a hoop. And she's got a total of 7 stitches in. Can you guys see that? How cute that is. Her attention span's pretty short. But we'll see when she's here for Christmas. I have her in a Ruth Bader Ginsburg bag from Tiffany. Absolutely love it. Oh, my next one. Oh, Mira. This is Queen of Freedom. So, I was wanting to stitch Queen of Freedom and Lady of the Flag in a bad way. I put a thing out. There's a Facebook page for people looking for out of print charts, and I wanted Queen of Freedom. So I went onto the Facebook page and I asked if anybody was willing to sell their Queen of Freedom chart. This kind woman offered to send me the chart. I asked her how much she wanted for it. She said, nope, just stitch it. So she sent me the chart. So this is Mirabilia, Queen of Freedom. Still looking for Lady of the Flag, and I would love to do Lady of the Flag in the teal conversion to more mimic the Statue of Liberty. But this is Queen of Freedom. I'm stitching her on it is 30 count Constitution linen, and it is by, I think it's, I don't know who it's by. You all are going to yell at me because you all know who it's by. So I have her on here. I started her skin 1/1. Now, looking back now Royal Holiday is 2/2. I will never do 1/1 skin again. It's taking forever. I like the look of it. I do. However, it just takes so much time. But here she is. So, not a whole lot done. But I have a feeling once I get Royal Holiday worked on, she will come out because now I'm on a Mira kick. So I have her hair all done down to here. And I'm doing the called for floss. And I'm going to try to give you a close-up of that 1/1 skin, because why wouldn't you? Let me see if I can get this in frame. And it looks really great. It really does. But man, it takes time. And I don't know that I will ever do 1/1 skin again. But I like how it's turning out on her. Ralph just came back into the room. Alright, next one I'm going to have to pull out a picture. It is a long dog. Oh no, sorry. I'm wrong. Modern Folk Embroidery. It is Kindness and Fortitude. Let's see if I can get you a picture. Kindness and Fortitude. Kindness and Fortitude. I am stitching this on 18 count Ada that I dyed here at home. And I'm stitching this using B5200. And this is where I am. That's probably a little over a quarter of the pattern done. It is not my fave, however, it is something that I can see without magnification. So, you know. Thanks, Candace. It does look, I like it. Of course, I've wiggled my WIPs down to, I don't have anything in my WIP pile that I'm not absolutely in love with. So there you go. Next one I have is it's a kit that I got from Forbidden Fiber Co. It is called The Mandalorian. Let me see if I can find I have a PDF. The cool thing about getting a kit from her is that you get the paper pattern plus you get a PDF version. So, and they work on Pattern Keeper. This is Mandalorian. Look to make sure I'm getting this in frame. It is stitched on Forbidden Fiber Co. linen with Forbidden Fiber Co. floss. It is Edinburgh linen, 36 count in the colorway Tumbleweed. And sorry, when I stop working on something, I tend to just leave the threads and the needle right then and there. Sorry, my phone is going off. I'll silence it. Oh, and here's where I'm at. That's as far as I've gotten. Absolutely love it. I like how it's stitching up. I'm stitching it 2/2. I'm hoping I'm not going to run out of floss because I know most people stitch 36 count 1/2. So we'll see. This one actually needs more work, and I'm not sure why I haven't worked on it. This is Autumn Town by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Sorry for the paper crinkle. And honestly, I haven't been working on it, but I also got some threads from Tiffany that would work in this very well for the trees as well. Hello, Molly. I'm sure you're getting better weather than we are right now. I'm stitching this on like a 36 count Ballard by Picture This Plus, and I'm not super far. Almost ashamed to show you. Really not far at all. Hi. Where?
Over here. Took out our little pine tree.
Oh, but it didn't take out anything else? Sorry guys, the wind just took down a pine tree out in our property, so I'll have to check that out later. Sorry, distractions, right? This is where I'm at. Definitely better than us, Molly. I guess we have a tree down out back. There we go. Now I'm totally distracted, guys. Sorry. I'll rein it back in. But here we are. Okay. Now my husband's on the phone with somebody about the tree, so, you know. Okay. It didn't take anything else out. It was in the back of our property, so it's nothing to worry about. It's just, you know, one more thing to deal with when you're at Christmas, but that's okay. Quaker Christmas, Leela Studio. I'm stitching this on 28 count Anubis linen that I got from Stephanie Webb at Lindy Stitches. Let me see if I can. And this is where I'm at. Let me see if I can get this in frame. I'm hoping you guys aren't seeing right through these because I'm not putting anything behind them. That's where I am. I like how it's working up. I like all of them though. Now both my dogs are in here. I think the wind freaks them out a little bit. Okay. Next is Shiny Things. This is by Lindy Stitches. You know, if I will go through my patterns and my WIPs, you're going to see I have a kind of a Lindy Stitches thing. I don't know what it is, but I love this needle book, and I have no idea why it's not finished. It's just on a 36 count natural linen. I don't even know where I got this piece of linen from. And I'm going to put something behind this because this is light colored. And here it is. This is where I am. This really just needs to get done. I say this every time I hold it up somewhere. And I think Gail and I talk about this too. That there's no reason why this shouldn't be done, really. Really. Should be done, but it's not. Makes me crack up. I just have no idea how my brain works when it comes to stitching. And I think I figured some stuff out, and I think that once we talk about 2023 plans, those of you that know me and have been watching my videos, you will so understand what I'm saying to you. It's just crazy, you know, some of the pressure that we put on ourselves. This next one is Emily's House by Lindy Stitches. It's being stitched on a 36 count with stash dive threads. There's some silks, there's some cotton. It's 36 count, sorry, zipper. 36 count Wren by Picture This Plus. And some of these are some silks. Some of these are, we're going to debate. The weather. Candace. You're funny. Here we go. This is Emily's House. 36 count Wren by Picture This Plus. And I was on a roll to try to get this finished this year. And then something happened down here in the grass. I'm doing it with stash dive threads and something's not showing up the way I want it to show up. So I need to figure this out. And I think that's what stopped me. But that yellow in the house is her crown. It's a Belle Soie silk. Absolutely love it. There's more mistakes in this house than I can count, but I love it. That's part of my journey, and I love it. Mistakes don't bother me. I make them work. If I can. Now, if it's something that I absolutely, like when I did the Modern Folk Embroidery sale last year, you can't have a mistake there because things line up too closely. We're almost there. Can you believe this? All right, this is Silver Creek Samplers Christmas list. I'm stitching this on 36 count. I think it's Neptune. It's a Be Stitch Me. It was a fabric of the month. And I'm using Priscilla Blaine's color conversion. And I am debating not doing this whole thing. Agreed, Molly. They're personalizations. I totally agree. That's why I don't frog. Unless I have to. But I'm totally thinking about cutting this short. I was looking at this the other day. And the thing is, I don't have space to put this whole thing lengthwise anywhere in my house. I guess I could make space. I don't know. I have to think about this. It's tough because of spacing and stuff like that. But I was thinking about cutting this short. Making it more of a square. And figuring out where to stop and call it. I probably would stop under the next line where it says Mistletoe Kisses just because I like that. I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it even more. Yeah, I don't know. This is my last WIP, I think. Wow. That was almost an hour. Last WIP. This was a gift from Gail, from Gail's Golden Needle. This is Live on Little by Plum Street Samplers. I have started this. Let's see if I have the fabric tag in here. I may not. It's a 36 count, I can tell you that. That seems to be my thing. Oh, wait, I feel a tag. It is 36 count Attic Lace by Lakeside Linen. And all I did is this little part right here. But it was a start. And I can't even tell you if that must be the top. Top, let's do that again. Now, that's the end of my WIP parade. They are all shown except for 2. So I'm going to show them now, because the reason they have not been shown is because I had them out. I was talking to Gail on Sunday, trying to figure out what I needed to do with my brain as far as WIPs went and why I wasn't working on some of these things that just need to be done. And the bottom line is I have WIPs in my I had 2 WIPs, or have 2 WIPs that I really just don't like working on at all. For whatever reason, fabric, thread, pattern, whatever it is. And it's really no ditch to any designer, or it's no ditch to any fabric dyer. Matter of fact, one of them's on fabric that I dyed. It's really just, my tastes have changed since I started back into stitching, and I just don't want to work on stuff I don't want to work on. I'm definitely a seaweed, stitch what you want when you want. And I know lots of people do not roll that way. And so that's why my 2023 plans have kind of been back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, because I kind of feel like I'm supposed to fit into a box, and I really just don't want to fit into that box. I want to do what I want to do. There's a ton of my life that I do because I have to do, or need to do, or should do even. But with my stitching, I just want to do what I want to do. Same with my sewing, same with my knitting. I just want to do. And if I want to have 50 million gazillion projects, I'm just going to have 50 million gazillion projects. Does that make me crazy? Maybe. But I don't think being crazy is that bad. And if it makes me happy and I'm not putting myself into a poorhouse and being ridiculous about it, then I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. So that being said, all of that lecture, I'm off my soapbox now. This is one of the ones that Gail and I talked about on Sunday. It is Tired Trio, and it is by Plum Street Samplers. And so the Cardinals one just came out, and I absolutely love the Cardinals one. And I like this pattern. I like this pattern a ton. I dyed 28 count Monaco because this was back when I first started stitching again, and I was really into the housewives, and nothing against the housewives, but they're really not my aesthetic now, as you can see by looking at all my WIPs. They're not the housewives. And I have housewives patterns that I haven't even started. I think it's the Monaco that I don't like on this, and that there's 1/1 on the face on Monaco, which I could just tell you is not my... 1/1 on 28 count Monaco is not my thing. Just saying. It's almost as bad as doing 1/1 on a Mira skin. Just saying. And I do 1/1 on full coverage, so I'm not sure what the... Actually, I do 2/110. So I'm not sure what the problem is. I just don't like it. But this is where I'm at. I feel like I'm preachy now, sorry. This is where I'm at. And the bottom line is I decided with Gail... Let me make sure I can... Okay. I'm going to finish it because I have a daughter that loves sloths. And I'm going to finish it for her and make her a little pillow. And it's sitting out here because I just need... It's one of those things that's small. And I just need to... I just need to suck it up. As I say here, suck it up. Susie Mary, just get it done. So that one I just need to suck up. The other one that I was talking to Gail about is Token of Love, and it is by Wood Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais, and it's this one. And I originally started this as an homage to my husband, which makes total sense because like our anniversary is tomorrow and all the things. And if you missed the gushing about my husband at the beginning of the video, when this goes back up, you should go back and watch, because I'll tell you, I'm going to say it again, I got the best guy ever. He and I have been married 27 years as of tomorrow. It's been a very happy 27 years, and looking forward to 27 more. Anyway, this has been stitched on 32 count French ropes, and I actually think it's the 32 count that I don't like on this. Let me move my head so I can see what you're seeing. So what Gail and I talked about is, I've got my husband's initials right there. Right here, sorry, my finger was over it. I'm talking about doing another motif and putting my initials and making this into a pillow. And just stopping it here. I love the colors. It was a stash dive. But there's a reason this hasn't come out in a year. And I can't, honestly, I don't know why. Maybe if I brought it out again and forced myself, I would just stitch the whole thing, and that may happen. Who knows? We'll see. But we thought about cutting it off in the corner and making it a small pillow. And we'll see. So I'll keep you posted on that and let you know what I decide. Christmas music. Yes, sloths, Molly. So that's the deal. So let's talk about 2023 for a minute. I have a little bit of haul too. A little bit of haul, a little bit of stitchy kindness. So I got a card from Lori in our stitching group, and she included some floss. Thank you, Lori. I'm so not good at all that stuff, so those of you that send me things, I'm so appreciative, but I'm so sorry that I'm not I'm not really good at the Christmas card thing and stuff. And yesterday I went to, yes, a little bit of haul. A little bit of haul. I went to Tractor Supply yesterday, which you normally don't equate to stitchy haul, but I found this, and I forgot to bring it in with me. Let me see if I can get my husband to bring it in. Yeah, Tiffany, liar. Hold on. Let me just send him a message, see if he can bring it into me, since he's a few rooms away. So I got a little bit of haul. So a yarn shop opened up near me in my village, like less than a mile from here, and it's called Strings and Things. And I went shopping. I went shopping, and I got, whoops, sorry, that's a lot of crinkling. I went shopping, and I got some sock yarn. So I got the Shades of Cicada sock yarn that I thought would be fun to try. I got, oh, he's going to be so good.
You meant spinny, right?
Yeah, I meant spinny. Yes, thank you. See, like I said, he's the best husband ever. Okay, thank you. I got it. I'm still alive. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And then I got Comfort Sock yarn. Oh, is that one of the neighbor's trees?
Yeah.
Yeah, it snapped right off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Took out that bushy one.
It didn't hit the camper though, right? Sorry, you guys are seeing drama unfold live here on YouTube. I got Barocco Comfort Sock yarn in this colorway. That's the thing I worry about, right? Did it hit the RV? No, then we're good. So I'm anxious to start some socks on this. And I got smooshy finger weight yarn from Dream in Color Yarn. Oh gosh, look at this yarn. Tiffany, I'd be happy to teach you how to make socks. I think I finally figured it out. Just a joke. I've been working on the same pair of socks for, oh, it's got to be almost a year. And the other day, I was watching Crazy Sock Lady on YouTube, which I love watching her. She just is good. She's got tutorials about socks. Um, and I watched one of her tutorials. She mentioned one of her tutorials. So I was watching one of her tutorials, and I finally figured out that I was doing something wrong in the socks, and that's why it was so hard for me to knit them. And now I'm knitting much faster. So it's great. I started to teach myself how to knit socks like 2 years ago, and I've made exactly 1.5 pairs of socks. But I'm figured it out now, I think, and something clicked in my brain, and it's working. But these are mine. These will be mine, because blues and greens are my thing. Yep, those have to be mine. So then I started talking about Tractor Supply, and I had him bring in the thing. I found something in Tractor Supply that I really like. And you guys are no laughing. So you see this thing? This is a twisting kind of lazy Susan kind of thing, and I'm going to drop it, watch, because I've been a klutz all day today. See? So I have my scissors in one. I have like the floss, some needles in another. The fancy floss for one of my projects in another. Remotes in one. Pens and pencils. And I love it. So I go almost a whole year. Not buying a ton stitchy wise, and then yesterday I go and I spend like $100. So it is crazy. So that's a haul. So let's talk about 2023. I kind of just alluded to it. I'm going to start whatever I want to start, and I'm going to stitch on whatever I want to stitch on. That's my 2023 plans. I've showed you guys, I don't know if I can move you. I do have a board up here. Let's see if I can get you to see it. Right there. That has all of my current WIPs on a magnet up on that board. So let's see if I can get you back down here. Again, I got such a delay going on here. It takes a minute for what I see here to show what you're seeing. So I have an area on that board. This is my full coverage. I'm keeping track of which one I'm working on with 1,000 stitches. I have another area of that board that is the 4 projects that I have to have done at some point next year. My daughter's wedding gift, Cinnamon Stars, the reindeer's there because that will be a continuing thing, and the Floss Tube Friends WIP. Then the rest have a spot anywhere else on the board. They're just up there. I'm going to stitch whatever I want. I'm going to start whatever I want, and I am going to stitch whatever makes me happy at any given time. Doesn't matter what season it is. If I only want to stitch on something for an hour and I've decided that I don't want to stitch on that anymore, that's fine. If I pick up a project and I stitch on it for 2 weeks, that's good too. I am not good at doing WIP Go. I've tried it for 2 years, and although I think it's great, I think these things are great. If challenges motivate you, then by all means. I know, Candace, you do a lot of challenges, and I so admire that about people. It just does not work for my brain right now in my life. So I do feel like if I make plans and I don't stick to the plan, that somehow I'm letting somebody down. Whether it be myself, my husband, or I don't know, you, I guess, because you come to my YouTube channel and you watch. But the reality is that the only person that stitching is important to is me. And even though you guys come and watch and you support me, and I love that, and I love this community, whether I stitch on something or not doesn't really affect you. It affects me. So I really come to that realization that I'm not making plans. There may be a time in my life where I need to make plans, and that works for me. Um, but this is not it. And I don't know if you can tell by my face, but I'm so happy that I finally came to that realization, because I have 19 projects completely kitted and ready to go. And as you can tell by my WIP parade, I like the big girls. I like the big projects. And the ones that I have kitted are not very small. So there's that. I also have a ton of patterns behind me that I would like to start. And I mean, I can just show you a few, like a couple right now. Pull them out. I have a Teresa Koga, For the Love of Nature. And I went through my patterns and I sorted out everything I didn't want to keep. Mira, Tree of Hope. Would love to start this one. I have Let Freedom Ring by Lila Studio. And I've already shown you guys all the things that I have kitted up ready to go in another video. So if you want to see that, you should go back on my channel. I have Ghoul Tide Welcome by Plum Street Sampler. I have Yuletide Welcome by Plum Street. I have Sunflower Bee, which is a Heaven and Earth design that my mother gave to me. And many, many more. Plus, a ton of digital patterns on my tablet. I just want to stitch all the things. So, I decided, plus I have my Jingle Ball hands-on design, my 2 patterns. I've only stitched one of each, and I'd like to stitch all them. So I'm going to stitch what I want to stitch when I want to stitch it. And I'm not going to put myself under any pressure. Which means, on my floss tube, I'm still going to put out weekly floss tubes. I may do more lives like this, where I can just do them and put them up. Because I like interacting with you while I'm on. I've missed the lives. Maybe I'll figure out how to do Stitch With Me's again. I had camera issues with that before. I think I still might have camera issues, but we'll see. Maybe I can figure something out. But I'm going to do what I want to do. And I think that's the great thing about our craft, right? Yep. Thanks, Renee. That's what I love about this community is you all get it, right? There's some of us that work with challenges, and that works, and that spurs us on. And there's some of us that just need to be us. And I think I need to be us. I need to be me. And stop trying to fit into some box that somebody thinks I should be in. And mainly that's just me. That's not anybody doing that to me. That's just me. So I appreciate you guys watching today. I appreciate you guys listening to me ramble and talk through all the junk that goes on in my brain. I'm enjoying the heck out of my vacation, if you can't tell. I feel like my face hurts from smiling, so I'm really enjoying the heck out of my vacation. I like not having to go to school and go to my master's classes, and I like not having to go in and teach for a break. Thoroughly enjoying it. I may start all the things while I'm off. I was briefly thinking about doing 12 by 12 that Kia B, and I think Just Keep Stitching Pam was talking about. I don't know. If I feel like doing that day, I will. If I don't, then I won't. But I like the ideas. I like listening to everybody's ideas. I just don't generally work into plans very well. So I'm going to go back. Oh, that's a good idea, Candace. I guess I'll see if that tickles my brain that day. One project to work in for the 12 by 12. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to go straighten up my WIPs and get them back on the shelf. And thank you, everybody, for coming today. I really appreciate you putting up with the slight glitch in the beginning, getting things going, and interacting with me so much on here. It really is fun. I am thankful that my daughter talked me into doing a floss tube. I've been doing videos for a long time. I think it's been 3 years now. It started out as sewing, and now it's gone into a floss tube, and it's been a changing channel, changed its name, and you guys have hung in there. So thanks for listening to me blabber for over an hour. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and enjoy your time with your family. And peace out, I guess. Bye, guys.